Good morning. Just wait a couple minutes to settle in here. So this is the chair yoga class, just so you're clear that we're doing this in a chair today or standing next to the chair. I do have a strap, or it could be a belt, or even some long stretchy pants would work if you don't have anything, or you can certainly go without. And I do have a block, not necessary to have one, and really find that I'm using it a little bit less and less for this class. So. And just anytime we come into standing, if you're able to, if you're unable to, or you're in a wheelchair, you can't move your legs, you can certainly, you're going to stay seated, and you can still do the practice, either positioning the legs in just a different position, or if unable to do that, we do a lot of movements with the arms. Be part of a community, even though I can't see you. Right now I'm still doing this donation-based, and you can find out how to donate in the comments, or not in the description. And if you can't donate right now, that's okay. At some point I probably will be moving my stuff, depending on how long this takes, to kind of a membership situation where it's just easier for people to participate that way. Anyhow, blah, 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 let's just get started. So getting a comfortable seat, wherever you are. And let's get started by adding a little bit of mindful movement in. We'll drift the shoulders up towards your ears on your in-breath to whatever height that you're able to or wanting to, and then rolling them back and down on your out-breath. See if you can match that entire motion. This act of doing and then not doing as you release. So that's a space to hold a lot of tension in our jaw, our shoulders, necks. One more round. All right, if you need a few more, please continue. If you're ready to settle in, just letting those shoulders drop away from the ears. Ears rising from the shoulders, allowing the eyes to close or keep them open in a steady gaze, your choice. Let's continue this embodiment practice, noticing the ground coming up to support you, so wherever your feet might be landing. Can you sense your big toes, your little toes, or where they might be? Your heels, the sensation of the surface that you're sitting on as it touches the back of your legs, your sit bones, and noticing if one is feeling a little heavier than the other. Do you feel really equally balanced? And if you don't, then maybe what do you have to do to try to find that balance? Is it just shimmying back and forth, or forward and back? And from that space, rising up, each vertebrae just getting a little bit more cush between the necks, the top or the crown of the head rising, and then the chin dropping in ever so slightly. And while you're trying to create that length, letting go of rigidity or the need to overdo. You can start to tune into our other senses, noticing the sounds of the room. Perhaps the sound of your own breath or the absence of the sound. Sensation of the air flowing in and out the tips of the nostrils. You might notice the temperature on the way in is a little different than the temperature on the way out. Start to, I'm going to add in an alternate nostril breath. I did this like yesterday's class, but hopefully you're in a place where you feel okay touching your face. And if you don't, you can just imagine the breath going in and out, one nostril and then the other. So taking the dominant hand and either the thumb and the pinky or the thumb and the ring finger, and those are going to be your nostril closers. So we'll close off the right nostril and inhale through the left. Close off the left and exhale through the right. Inhale right. And exhale left. So that's one round. Let's do 3, maybe 4 more. Let's go 4 more. I'll count, you just keep breathing. If this feels weird to do the hands, just imagine the breath going in and out. Okay, so here we go. Let's take us through one more round, closing off the right nostril, inhaling through the left. Closing off the left, exhaling right. Inhaling right. Exhaling left. I'll be quiet and let us breathe for 3 more breaths. I'll take the count. Nostril, just letting go of the practice and resting for a moment, noticing state of mind, state of body after doing that practice. I don't know about you, but I needed that for myself. I was feeling a little jittery, so surprisingly being very busy without having a schedule. All right, let's bring the palms together for setting intention, or you can leave them in your lap. I'm not opposed to wherever you want to have them. So we're going to just pause for a moment and set an intention for your day. How are you going to show up the rest of this day towards yourself, towards each other, or towards the planet? Or something that includes all 3, like gratitude, kindness, contentment, abundance. So many things we could ask for right now. Are not together, let's meet there. Palms together, spread the fingers out to the best of your ability. Send the base of the palms down towards your belly button, elbows out, spine lifting, and we'll take one full breath here. We'll continue up, a little bit of pressure, always going to whatever feels comfortable. When it feels no longer comfortable to reach your arms up, you span them out, cactus arms. We're going to meet there, shoulder blades coming together. Pressing a bit together as we rise up, in breath and out breath. Last one. Good, we'll meet in the outstretch, reaching up towards the sky, palms coming together. A little bit of pressure as you come down to center. 2 more. Back in the center, palms coming together, a little bit of pressure, elbows out, lifting the spine, 1 more breath. Clasp the hands and find a sideways figure 8 or infinity sign, however you imagine that. Something cold on me, and I think it's just the lettering on my shirt. How strange. All right. When you get to the center of the figure eight next time, pausing and then head the other direction. Very heightened sense of awareness right now. All right, we're gonna come back to center and I'm gonna ask you to keep the hands clasped and spread forward. Allow the upper shoulder blades to spread, maybe drop the head. That's your exhale. On your inhale, you're gonna pull the hands to the belly, drop the shoulders, open up the chest, in breath. Good. 2 more times, out breath. And in breath. Last one. To center, you can shake out the shoulders. All right, do a little something different if you've been practicing this chair practice with me for a while. Take your right hand over your heart space, and your other hand can just be on your thigh. And we're gonna sweep that hand across the chest and open it out to the right. You're gonna gaze out towards that right hand. Now, if reaching the arm out doesn't feel great, you can always bend from the elbow. And then we're gonna slide it back and look towards the left. Good. Use your breath. We're moving out across to the right again, looking out to the right. And then sliding it back across the heart space, looking over to the left. Good. One more time. Maybe an exhale as you reach out, and inhale as you come back across. And then we'll meet back in the center. Okay, your right hand can rest on your thigh, and you're going to take your left hand to your chest. Okay. So we're going to span out, exhale as you reach out towards the left, looking out to the left. And then reach back across, slide the hand across the heart space, look out to the right. 2 more. Just follow either an inhale or an exhale as you move. It doesn't matter which one you choose. Good, last one. We're going to come back across. All right, and then we'll meet back in the center. Okay, we can shake out the shoulders. All right, thinking of something that we could do. So I'm gonna do something just a little bit different for our side bends here. So you're gonna reach your left arm down along your side as you send your right ear to your shoulder, right shoulder. And then you're gonna come back up to center. So we'll inhale, and then you're gonna exhale, right hand down, left ear, left shoulder. And then we're back up to center, exhale. Maybe one more to each side. Meet back in the center. All right, those shoulders out. Let's take it through a maybe more traditional cat and cow now. So as you breathe out, you're going to tuck your tailbone under, maybe round through the mid back, upper back, slide the hands along the thighs if that's available. Exhale. When you're ready to come back up, flip the palms up. If you're able to, untuck the tailbone and begin to slide back. Inhale. 2 more. I'm just going to flip myself to the side so you can see what that might look like. Always moving into the range that feels good. You know, going all the way to the end of the ranges is not necessary. You can stop anywhere along there. Good. Maybe one more because I lost count. Can't keep track of 1s, 2s, or 3s right now. Climbing back up, and then we'll meet back in the center. All right. Let's do side bend. So we're going to take the side of the chair, right side of the chair or your thigh, And you may start to slide this left arm up along and over. If that does not feel great, just keep that hand on your hip or thigh. I'm going to invite you, you can look straight forward. You can try to look down if that feels better for your neck. Or you could slowly start to look up if that feels okay for your neck. One more breath. We're going to send the left sit bone down. A little side stretch there, and then come back up, exhale. Okay. Take hold of the left side of the chair or your left thigh. Reach the right arm up, or perhaps it feels best to keep it on the hip. And then decide where you're going to look, down, forward, or up. I'm going up today, but that's just me. I got my own practice here. You got to do what's best for you. One more breath. Send your right sit bone down to your seat. And exhale, we'll meet back up in the middle. Shake, shake out. Do we go all directions? Ooh, our hip swivels. We'll do our hula. So you're going to travel over to one sit bone and then forward towards the front. Call that your pubic bone, and then over to the other sit bone, and then back towards your tailbone. So it could be a really small motion where it's just happening literally just right here, or you could start to make it where it becomes a little bit more of a trunk motion. Just ask that you're breathing as you're moving. Great, and then we'll start to make it a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller until we come back to center, and then we'll head the other direction. I think I went left first, so I'm gonna go right. It's funny when you think you know which way you're going and then you just don't. At least I'm not driving, right? Maybe we'll travel one more trip around the sun there. Very quick trip around the sun. Good. And then we'll come back to center. All right. So if you're able to move your legs, we're going to add a little movement with the arms and legs here for a little bit of midsection strengthening. So I'm going to start to slide my left foot out, and even if you can't move your leg all the way out, just do what you can, even if maybe it's just you're reaching your toes, okay? So just because you can't do the full motion doesn't mean you don't have to do anything. So we're going to reach one arm up and the other, one arm, one leg, and then we're going to come back to center. And then we're going to slide the other one out and reach the other one up. So I'm going to show this from the side. What ideally, you don't want to just come into this. Not very attractive, because that's what really counts. All right, so you want to try to attempt to keep the spine as tall as you can. So mind you, don't have to flip in your chair. I'm just showing you a different version, not a different version, but a different observation point. So you'll see my trunk stays real still as I make that move. Maybe one more to each. Back in the middle, you can shaky shake out. All right. So I'm going to bring this strap in, and mind you, you don't have to use a strap. You could just put your leg in this position. Let's start with the left foot stepping out, and the knee's going to stay bent, and then the right foot. Oops, let's strap that foot first. So strap that right foot, and then swing it out to the side. And again, if you're unable to do these full motions, just try to do what you can. So if the floor is really far away from you, you have shorter legs and your chair isn't quite fitting, a block or a textbook, cookbook might come in handy. So I'm just going to put that because the floor is kind of hard here and I want a little something softer. So you're going to sit up tall. We're going to side bend towards that right side, but I'm still staying up tall. I'm not collapsing. And then we're going to start something I call sunrise, sunset. So we're going to reach up and over, expanding the sky, gazing out towards that hand, left hand. And then we're going to pull it back, sunset, and then draw it back. Call this bow and arrow. So you're going to squeeze the shoulder blade back and then slide it through. This could be done. I'm going to show this version of just moving through the elbow. So it does not have to be a big shoulder motion. Could be a waving of the hand. Okay. So that could be another version that you do. I'm going to slide through the whole arm version this time. When we pull out to bow and arrow, I'm going to extend all the way out, reaching that arm out. Soften the shoulder, maybe gazing out towards that left hand, and you're reaching through that right heel. Find some ease in your effort. One more breath. And then like somebody's got you, they're pulling you back up. Thank you. And you're back up to center. Okay, we'll switch sides. So I'm just going to move my restrap the other side, or just place your foot in that position if you don't have a belt or strap or some long stretchy pants. I didn't mention this on the last side, but it does help to be a little scooch forward in the front of your seat if you're able to. If not, don't worry about it. Just bring something to get the floor to you. All right, sitting up tall. Excuse me, heel pressing away, drawing a little into that side, and then we're going to start our sunrise. Up and over, follow your eyes to that hand, and then back and across. If changing the head position like this makes you dizzy, please just keep your gaze forward. So we're going to draw it back, inhale, and then slide it back. Make this painful on yourself, please. Find something that feels nourishing with the motion that we're doing. And maybe it's just moving the head and not even moving the arm. We're back, and this time as we head into bow and arrow, we're going to slide it all the way out and reach out towards the right. Gazing out towards that right hand if that feels okay for your neck. You can always bend the elbow a little bit and just reach through the hand. Reaching through your left heel, one more breath. And like somebody's got you, they're pulling you back up. You're back up to center. All right, take the strap out. We're done with it for the moment. I'm just gonna place it on the back of my chair. All right, so I'm gonna show I'm just assuming that everybody, not everyone has armless chairs. So I'm going to do a version of Warrior One, which is just a little off center. So your right leg's going to be back a little bit, your left leg is going to be forward a little bit in terms of your foot position. So when we go to standing and you're unable to stand, this would be your Warrior One positioning. Okay, so here we go. Press down through your feet or your sit bones. Reach up towards the sky, in breath. And then soften the arms a little bit, out breath. Here we are in our warriors. Now I see really where my arm positions come. I think you're doing one thing and it's totally different. All right, add a mudra if you like. This is a really lovely way to add your yoga in by adding a mudra. So index finger to thumb is your wisdom mudra. Middle finger to thumb is your Sapan mudra, which is a downward flow of energy. One more breath. I know we've been there a while. Good, palms coming together, and we're going to come down the center. Exhale, a little bit of pressure. Good. You can inhale, and then I'm going to ask you to turn to the right just a bit. So left hand comes to the outside of your right leg, and the right hand comes to the side of the chair. Those with osteoporosis or osteopenia, just don't rent chair, don't overdo. Just make it nourishing. Space from the collarbones out is expanding and spacious. One more breath. Good, we'll float back to center, reach up towards the sky, in breath. Back down to center, out breath. So again, when we come to standing and do our Warrior One, this would be your Warrior One for those that are staying seated. Okay, Okay, let's switch. So left foot's a little bit back, right foot is stretched out, or forward a bit more. And here we go, we're gonna rise up in breath. Soften the arms a little bit, add your mudra if you like. And again, just reaching those fingers is a mudra in itself. For those that arms reaching doesn't feel good, just be here. Yes, lots of different options. One more breath. Okay, we're gonna come back to center, a little bit of pressure, slowly down, exhale. Take an inhale. On your exhale, we're gonna take that turn to the left this time. Right hand to the outside of the left thigh, left hand to the outside of your left hip or chair. Or use your armrest if you got it. Space from the collarbones out is spacious. One more breath. Okay, and then we're back to center. Reach up to the sky. In breath, and then back to center, out breath. All right, good, come back to center, shake out. We've got one more seated one so I can show you what the seated warrior two looks like, so that when we go to standing, if you're unable to or just feel like you need to sit for now, then you'll have something to do. All right, where are we gonna go first? Let's take the right leg out. Left leg is also out, but this time the foot's a little bit more grounded. Again, you can use books to help bolster that foot up. So you got your warrior two, warrior one, sorry, warrior two. Palms come together in the middle. All right, we're gonna slide across the pond this morning. So we're gonna push those fingers out. Slide across the pond. I don't know, this glassy pond that's in front of you, right? Gaze out towards the left. Pause there. We're gonna slide back across. If you can, and it feels safe, try closing your eyes and bringing your palms together without looking at them. Or if closing the eyes doesn't feel safe, just try to do the same, but just don't look right at your hands. And we're coming back to center. Okay, we're gonna push it out again, slide across. Turn your head to the left. Pause there, we're coming back to center, across the pond. Hands meet. Please be safe with your practice. Coming back to center. Last one, we're gonna meet out there and hold the arms out into warrior two. Soften the shoulders. Let's turn the palms maybe up. Feeling like this. I'm open to receive, gathering things up into the palms. Good. Let's take the back palm and face it down, and take the front palm or hand and reach it up towards the sky. Good. Now I'm reaching up with my arm. I could reach up through just forearm or fingers, or I could even keep that hand on my thigh. So I'm not just collapsing back into that back leg, but I'm lifting up through the spine. One more breath. Back to warrior two, arms, palms down. Slide across the pond, palms meet in the middle, back towards your heart space. All right, let's take that leg back in. Ooh, do a little shake out if we need it before we head to the other side. So take the left leg, stretch it out. Right leg steps out with your foot, knee bent, foot on the floor, or whatever surface. If you have, maybe you're in a wheelchair and that's your surface. Okay, palms come together. Push it out, fingertips forward. Slide across the pond, gaze out to the right this time. Pause, come back across. Meet in the middle. Back to heart space. 2 more times. I'm going to use less cues and just let you move without me talking. This next time out, we'll meet and hold. Okay. to turn the palms up if that feels okay. Soften the elbows. Relax the shoulders, jaws. Let's turn the back palm, face it down. We'll take it, slide it down the back leg or down the back side of the chair. Reach that right arm towards the sky, either from shoulder, from elbow, or from thigh. Exalted warrior. One more breath. Rising in breath, out breath. We're back to warrior two, arms gazing out to the right. We're going to slide across the pond. Palms meet in the middle and pull it back in. Full breath here. All right, let's hook that leg back in and you can shake off. Okay. Otherwise, so don't trip on it later. And we're going to move to standing if you are able to. Please stay seated, and again, you can do any of the movements from seated too. So if you are joining me in standing, we're going to bring the feet about hip width apart. You're going to scoot to the edge of your seat. And even if you're not coming to standing, maybe you can go through some of these motions mentally just to give your mind and body some of that movement skill. Exhale, lift up, and slowly rise. We're back into standing. Okay. I'm going to step to the back of my chair. You don't have to if you don't need that extra support. Let me just, I guess I'm kind of there. All right. There we go. All right, so let's send the feet out a little bit wide if you're able to. And even if you're standing, and seated, you can send your legs out a little wide. We're going to do starfish. So, arms reaching. Lifting up, inhale. Good. It's like the sun's out today. It's a little bit warmer. You're basking in the sun. Exhale. It was like the other day, or was it yesterday? It feels so far away. It was raining and love that rain. Inhale, exhale. Two more. Please don't close your eyes like I am if it does not feel safe to do so. Good. Next time we meet, palms down. We'll bring the arms down just for rest. Shake out those shoulders. So we're gonna go from starfish into seaweed. So your seaweed could be flowy. Yeah. Again, just make it safe, and you can always hold onto your chair at any time for extra support, or walls, furniture, any sort. Good, last time. All right, let's take the hands back behind you, so don't move. I'm just going to move for visuals. Hands are either clasping or they can be on your back side, or you can use your strap. So we're going to inhale, open up the chest, and exhale, come back to center. Two more. Center. I'm going to turn the chair, but you can stay right where you are. I'm doing this for visuals, okay? Just so you can see me a bit better. So, feet are going to be about hip width apart. I'm going to ask you to pick up your toes and spread them wide wherever they are. And then set your pinkies down and then drag your other toes towards the center. So your other toes, big toes. Right. And I want you just to notice whether, if you're in seated, you're feeling your sit bones and your feet. If you're in standing, you're feeling your feet. Can you feel the equal weight between both sides, or does one feel heavier than the other? And if you feel like, oh gosh, I'm on my right foot, come back to center. Where do you need to be? And I feel like I'm really into my heels, and part of it's because my mat right now. So what do I have to do to come back to center so I'm not so much into my heels? So that's our mountain. Palms are going to open, and I'm going to have you spread out like you're pushing into a door jamb on either side of your body. All right. This is not a lazy pose, this mountain pose. We're going to make it active. All right. Let's run through a little bit of flow here as we reach up to the sky. And again, you can always hold on to the chair if that feels safer. And then you're going to sit back into chair pose like you're sitting back into a chair. Just please don't go all the way down unless you've got something back there. reach to the sky. I'm showing it with both arms reaching, but you can always hold on to the chair, okay? Come back to mountain pose, pause here, press out into your door jam. Good. We're gonna rise up again, in breath. Slow. Out breath, arms could be free as you come back here, or you can hold on to the chair. Or do one and one. Good. We're gonna rise up, exhale, inhale at the top. Back to center, mountain pose. Press out into that door jam. Legs and arms. Good, 2 more. Here we go. Move at your own pace. I'm going to talk a little bit less here. Maybe back in mountain. Press it out into that door jam. 1 breath. Here we go, last one. Maybe back in mountain pose, press out into that door jam. All right, and then relax or stand down, as I say, stand down. Okay, I'm gonna move this out a little bit. The chair is gonna be now on the right side of your body. If you are using it. And if you're seated still, this is where we go into that warrior 1 pose, where you had 1 foot just a little off center of the other. So I'm gonna have you step your right foot forward and your left foot is going to remain in the back position. So bending into that front knee, I can either hold onto the chair and reach 1 arm up, inhale. Exhale, come back to center. If you feel safe enough to release both arms, please try. You'll see me looking up as I reach the arms up, but you don't have to. Please be safe. And I'm looking down as I bring the arms back down. This next time we're going to meet up there and hold. So I can either have 1 hand down, I can even have both arms down. It's your practice. I'm just going to show the both arms up and add a little mudra in. If you like index finger to thumb, middle finger to thumb, pinky, try different ones and see how you feel. 1 more breath. You're going to reach up, in breath, exhale, release back down, straighten that front leg. We're going to keep the legs here, but shake off the shoulders for a moment. Okay, we're going to bend back into that front knee. Maybe hold on to the chair with your right hand and reach your left arm up and over. My right shoulder always wants to join me. I don't know why. I'm going to drop it down. So you might feel the same. And you don't have to have this arm lifting. You could have your hand on your hip. Okay, please be comfortable. I'm going to press through that back left heel, or if you're seated, your left sit bone. 1 more breath. And we're back up to center, exhale. Okay, let's come back, step back, shake off. We're going to find our mountain pose. 1 full breath, press into the door jam. Okay, let's take your right foot towards the chair and your left foot out. So if you're seated, this is warrior 2. And if you remember me sitting, this leg was out like so. Oops, you're going to be in that position there. Exit. The front leg is going to stay straight this time. So more like triangle. You got this, triangle shape of the legs. You're going to reach out with the left hand. Maybe reach out with the right hand. If not, keep the hand to the chair. I'm going to start to slide over. Call it controlled tipping. So you'll see this line from my top hand all the way to my bottom hand. And you could certainly be holding onto the chair, and that might be your line, okay? I'm just going to stay looking forward, but you could try to look down or up. Just take it slow. Press through the toes. 1 more breath. Good. Bring this back arm down, bend the front knee. You're going to come back up. Reach your back arm back again. Straight out, and if it feels okay, reach your right arm out. See, I've got my leg connected to this chair so I can use that as my balance point. You can always hold on. Okay, I'm gonna slowly start to take my gaze out towards that right hand. Soften the arms, maybe let's turn the palms up. Turn the palms down, slide across the pond here. Now, if holding on feels safer, please do that. Meet the palms together, straighten the front leg, and come back just as we did as we were seated. Full breath in and out. All right, and then we'll heel toe, step it back in, shake off. We'll find mountain pose. Press into that door jamb. I'm going to offer up a downward dog if you want to do it, if it feels safe for you. Use any part of furniture. You can use the back of your chair, couch. This is a chair, it's not a couch. Bookshelf, table, counter. I'm going to walk back. You're going to see my back stays real flat here. And there. Feet are about hip width apart. Arms could be stretching. If this does not feel safe for you, maybe you have osteoporosis or osteopenia and you can't do that flat back, this could be it. Or maybe you come down into a bit of a squat just for some work while we're here. If head stays in line with the arms, a little breath in, out. Ready, we'll bend those knees, walk slowly forward. Your head's the last thing to join you at the top. Make sure your equilibrium is with you before you start to move. And we'll take that chair, at least for me, I'm going to switch it. You might just need to walk around to the other side. Okay. So let's bring the left foot forward now, the right foot back. So if you're in that seated warrior one, this would be, you have that front one out, the other one would stay towards the back. Okay, we're gonna bend in. Either hold on to the chair with one arm or two. Exhale, push the air down and back. I'm gonna show the other version, 2 arms. I might be reaching up to the sky. Your reach might stop here. Yes. You stop anywhere along the range that makes it the most nourishing for you. Last one, we're going to meet at the top. Top again might be here. You can have your arms down for all I care or in prayer position. You can be holding on. Add a mudra if you like. You can't see my hand there. Add a mudra. Index finger or middle finger. Breath. Exhale, push the air down, come back to center. And keep that legs in that pyramid pose. Just shake the shoulders out. Okay. Bend in, hold on to the left chair here. Reach up and over. I didn't give this option last time, but you could grab onto that wrist if you feel safe enough to let go and do a glide over that way. Keep that back heel down, or your sit bone if you're in seated. One more breath. Reach, get some space from that hip to the armpit. Exhale, we're back up to center. And then we'll be back in the center, shake off, and pause for a breath in mountain, pressing outward. Let's take the left foot towards the chair and you're going to step your right foot out. If you're in seated, try to find this position or spread the legs into a position that they're not normally in. All right, we triangle. So either one arm is to the chair and the other one is out, or you're both arms out. Do this controlled tipping. We're leaning, sorry. Reaching from fingers to fingers. Find some ease in your effort. Press through those toes. That'll help. I'm a hyperextender. You can see that knee wanting to drop. If I press through my toes a little bit, you'll see me kind of come out of that hyperextension. One more breath. Ease in your effort. Okay, we're going to bend the front knee. Release the back arm down. And then swing it back out again. And either hold on with the front arm or reach it out. You can use the chair to buttress your front leg for a little bit of balance point. If you're looking towards me, slowly start to take your gaze out towards your left hand. And then we'll turn our palms up for just a little bit of ease in the shoulders. Warrior two. One more breath. We'll turn the palms down, slide it back across the pond. Knee in the middle, straighten the front leg. Hold on to the chair if needed. We're pausing one breath. All right, we come back to center. I totally forgot to do our balance pose. Oh well, let's come back. Heel toe in. We'll add it in right now. Okay, shake off, find mountain pose. Okay, just make sure time-wise we are good. Let's add a tree pose in. So, since the chair is on the left side of you, we're going to root down through your left foot first. So I'm going to spread those toes out to the best of your ability. If you're in seated, you're just trying to ground down through that left side. Start to roll the knee out. You can keep that foot on the floor, or you could start to lift it up towards your shin. Okay. You can have a seed pod in. Keep holding that chair the whole time. If you feel comfortable letting go, add another seed pod. If your branches feel like growing, you can grow your branches. Your leaves can unfurl. You can put one arm down. I was teaching some veterans yesterday, and they were in Washington, D.C., about being a swaying palm tree, and then I thought there's probably no palm trees there, so they were going to become cherry blossoms. So become your own tree. One more breath. Coming back to center, either one arm or two, back to seed pod, meet us there. And then we're back to ground. Okay, it's your practice, and you can always come out of it sooner. Shake, shake, shake. We'll come back, mountain pose. One full breath, seated or standing. Okay. You might not have to flip your chair again. I just recommend having it on the other side just so you can switch hands if you were having to hold on, but if you don't need the chair for this, you don't have to move it. Okay. So wherever you might be, spread the toes of your right foot. Balance through that whole right side. Did I say left? Right foot. And toe plant. Maybe roll that knee out, maybe lift it up and stay on the ground too. Half the seed pod, maybe a whole seed pod. Maybe your seed pod stays there, maybe it grows. Maybe it stops there, maybe it unfurls. Be the tree of your choice. Steady breath, steady gaze. One more breath. If you're wobbling, that's okay, it's normal. Just please control yourself so that you stay standing. Be back in the center for seed pod, either one or half or full. And then we'll come back out. All right, shake out. I'm going to move the chair back, so we're going to come back to sitting if you're not there already. You might want your strap, you might want your log or book if you got it. So let's come back, maybe come back into a yogi way. So feet about hip width apart, or a PT way. You're going to start to sit back, keep your chin slightly inward, exhale. Let's make sure there's something there to catch you. All right, So let's take our strap, and I'm going to scooch to the forward part of the chair if that's available to you. I'm going to show this with a block if you'd like. So strap, or you can go strapless. You don't have to be strapped up. Take the strap around one of your feet, it does not matter which one. Reach the heel out away from you, toes coming towards you. So if I didn't have the strap, it would just look very much the same, okay? Doesn't have to be. Sitting up tall, and if you'd like to lean in here, hinge in, you're welcome to. I'm just gonna show this from the side, don't move yourself. So I'm gonna hinge from the hips, rather than just bending in. You're certainly welcome to forward bend, fold over if that's okay for your spine, but I just don't recommend it for those with osteoporosis or osteopenia. Nice ease in your effort. Up slowly. We'll switch sides. So just restrap the other side, or just place your foot in this position if you're not working with a strap or a belt. So inhale tall. That might be plenty. You don't have to go any further. If you're wanting something more from this that feels nourishing, you're welcome to hinge in. Find some ease in your shoulders, jaws, eyes. To cross your right ankle over your left thigh. You may come to this position, a figure four stretch. If that's not available to you, maybe just do a crossover on the floor so you at least get a little rotation here. So again, just sitting up tall. And then that might be plenty for you. If you're looking for something more from this, you can start to hinge in. Just watch for the chin wanting to lead. It does not mean you're getting farther forward. It just means you're extending your neck a little more. Okay, so you're gonna keep that neck, back of the neck long, maybe drawing the chin in slightly. Ease in the effort. Exhale, let your shoulders, jaws relax. Exhale. Cross that leg over perhaps, or you can uncross them and put a block in there. We're going to take a turn to your right again this time. So left hand to the outside of the right thigh, right hand to the outside of the chair, and again, just not over twisting here for those with osteoporosis. Collarbones out is spacious. Get one more breath. We won't stay here too long for the sake of time, and then exhale, we're going to come back to center. Uncross, recross on the left side, so either ankle to the thigh or do the different version, other version, coming down to the floor. Sitting up tall, maybe leaning in, maybe just staying there. Find some ease in your effort. On that other side, or you can uncross and do the same, either with a block or without. All right, just shake out of it. I'm gonna invite you to come into relaxation. So we'll maybe put a block or something on the floor to catch your feet. And the only reason I suggest that, it could be a bolster or a stack of pillows, is that it just takes a little bit of weight off the back of the legs. And then your back is resting. So start to rest into your space, closing the eyes or keeping them open in a steady gaze, your choice. I'm going to start to take us through a brief guided relaxation. I hope you'll stay with this part of it. I know it seems like, oh, I don't need to sit through this, but you know, it can be a really valuable part of it. And we're going to end and close the practice with gratitude and our mantra and mudra. So I hope you'll stay just a few minutes. Allowing the eyes to close or keep them open in a steady gaze, your choice. Start to smooth out the thinking muscles. Wrinkles smoothing out. Space between the eyebrows softening. Temples easing. Joint of the jaw releasing, creating space between the teeth and letting go of the tongue. Shoulder blades easing out of the ears. Whole body supported by the surface behind you or below you. As soon as that thought stream starts up again, just nip it in the bud, stop the thought, come back to the sensation of your breath moving in and moving out. You have nowhere to be and nothing to do. These next few moments are yours. a bit more conscious. Maybe a bit deeper as you fill the belly, the middle ribs, the space around the heart. And a slow, steady exhale. Maybe one more of those if you'd like. Movements. I often take you through some. You don't have to do any of them. You might want to strum the tip of the thumb along the tip of each finger. Bringing so much information from our fingertips. Maybe a curling in of the toes or tensing of the body on the in-breath and then a releasing on the exhale. Wrists and or ankles. Pop. Maybe a rocking of the head side to side or forward and back. Maybe rolling of the shoulders. Cat stretch or a dog stretch. Before we come back up to a more upright position. Feet on the floor or whatever surface can get you there comfortably. We're going to go through a mudra today that's a parigraha, which is a detachment, so detaching from outcomes, expectations, and I use it with a breath practice of actually letting go of something that I don't want to carry with me today. So pinky side of the fingers coming, or hands coming together. And then elbows just held close, shoulders out of the ears. So you got this parigraha mudra. The breath practice, as we inhale, just inhale, and then as you exhale, you're gonna feel the air moving across the base of the palm, through the palm, and off the tips of the fingers. And you can imagine something sitting within your hands that you don't wanna take with you today. For me, it's been fear. So letting go of fear. You might have something else you're looking to release. So let's go 3 breaths. So breathing in, breathing out, feel the air move across the palms, blow away whatever you don't need to hold on to. 2 more, just like that. Keep the hands there, rest them down. We're going to go through a mantra, part of a meditation mantra. You can call and repeat from wherever you are, or just listen. May I be filled with peace. May I be healthy and strong. May I be safe and protected. May I always feel loved. Bringing the palms together, either in Namaste or Anjali Mudra, or one hand over the other, whichever is most authentic for you. Bowing to a place within you where you recognize gratitude, to silently acknowledge at least one more thing in your life to be grateful for today. Alright, I know that list is very long for me, but we must come to an end, sending those arms outward, offering gratitude beyond those walls. Palms coming together, holding on to that gratitude real close, at least for the rest of the day. I'll Om once to seal the deal. You can join in with me from home or just listen. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Slow breath into Om. Breathing out. Namaste. Spirit in me honors the spirit in you. Thank you all so much for being here. A shout out to my husband for letting this be my home video recording studio and him staying quiet over there. Also, I started to color code these sessions. So the chair yoga are going to be this green color. Healthy bones are going to be a purple, and then that kind of dark aqua blue are going to be the mat therapeutic classes. And I've also created separate playlists for all of those. So chair yoga, healthy bones, and then the live streaming. So hopefully you can find those if you need to have another practice another day when I'm not here. Those are there for you. Okay, see you next time.